So on my main PC, the Maker Reborn, I have a Gigabyte BIOS update that I wanted to show you. Now I'm on my phone right now in director's view, which means I can grab the image of me and also shoot the other direction. I don't know about the quality of the audio. The audio is going to change just a little bit, but I want to take you through the process of this because otherwise I have my camera and stuff set up for another thing that I'm doing right now and I don't want to move it. So we're going to do the best we can with just this. So what we're going to do is go ahead and open up like Google Chrome, and I have the Gigabyte, it's a Z790 Aorus Master X. So it is the latest and greatest with Wi-Fi 7, even though I can't utilize Wi-Fi 7 because I don't have a Wi-Fi 7 router. But nevertheless, we have a BIOS update, and I want to bring you along on how to do that. Now, I have a quick link, but in Google, you can just basically type, that did not go. I don't know why it didn't. So in Google, you can basically just type the like Asus or Gigabyte, and then whatever chipset that you have. So you can hit like Z790, and then or 690, 590, whatever chipset you have. And this semi works the same for AMD also. But anyway, I have, as you can see, the Master X, and we have the version 1.0. Now, between 1.0, 1.1, and 1.2 over here, it's virtually the same. But when you get under Gigabyte's website or Asus's website, you're going to see something right here. You're going to see actual support up here. That's not what you want. That's for the Gigabyte's actual website. What you want is the support button that is for your actual motherboard. So you want to go ahead and click on that so you're there. And then what we're going to do is I'm just going to click on the 1.1. Now you can find the version of your motherboard directly on the motherboard. It will tell you. Sometimes it'll tell you on the actual box that it comes in. But what we're going to do here is we have, it says BIOS. It says there's 3 of them. And I've been through already one update. I think I have 5G. I think I started out with, I started off with F3, and then I jumped to like FD, and then I went to FG, and now it's F5. So basically this got updated in December of the 25th of December of last year, of 2023. And this is all the stuff that it's going to fix. It's got some sort of vulnerability for the logo fail. I don't know what that is or what it entails. All I know is it's an update, mainly for security, and it adds a couple other features. But what we're going to go ahead and do is click this little cloud here. That is going to download it now. It's going to download in my upper right-hand corner right there. And since that is done, it's in a zip file. Now, when you have a zip file, you have to extract it. So I'm going to go ahead and open up, now that I'm running Windows 11, we're going to go ahead and open up Downloads. And I'm just going to get rid of this stuff so it's not so confusing. I have a couple of things in there. And you can see that it's a zip folder because there's like a little zipper in it. And I'm not getting the best view. Let's see. Yeah, it's not really focusing on that, so I apologize for that. But nevertheless, we're going to do a right click on it, and we're going to come down to extract all. Now it actually popped up on my other screen. Yeah, we're just going to extract it right to the same folder. Now we're back over here. So now it's extracted. Now you can see over here, it has the sizes. And you know, if it didn't have the sizes, I would already know that it's this file right here. You do not have to rename it. You only have to rename it if you are doing if you're flashing the BIOS using the back of the motherboard with like no CPU or anything like that. You can do it that way. You can have the CPU in it if you're doing a flash, but we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. So this is the only file we need. Now, where do we put that? Where do we want to put that? So the key is you want a flash drive right here that is 16 gigabytes or smaller, and it needs to be formatted into FAT FAT32. I'm going to demonstrate that right now and show you how to do that. But I've got to put it in. See, I got my computer down here, and I'm just going to stick it in. Try it 3 ways. It still doesn't work. We're going to stick it in there. Now I've got nothing in this, and I do label it BIOS update. That's just what I label it. But we're going to do right click on it, and it says format. Go ahead and format it. Up here, you'll have the options, and one of the drop down options is NTFS, FAT32, or exFAT. We want FAT32 because some motherboards, older motherboards, do not read NTFS. So you want FAT32. We're going to do a quick, just make sure this little checkbox is checked. We're going to do a quick format right there. It's just warning you that it's going to be, everything in it's going to be deleted. So just give this a moment. All right, it's good. Now we can close that. We're going to reopen all this. We want to go back to our downloads. Now you have a zipped folder that we downloaded, and it extracted everything in this folder. You want to go back to this folder, grab this, so we can do Control-C on your motherboard, or just do a right click and you can go to copy, just like that. Now we're going to go down to our BIOS thumb drive and do a right click, and we can go to paste right there. Now it's going to paste that file that we need for the actual BIOS update. And we can go ahead and close that. We can also take out our thumb drive. And this is what I recommend, the easiest way. We're going to come down here to the search. We're going to go ahead and type in recovery. And we want recovery. That's not recovery panel. We don't want that. Recovery options under settings. So this says settings, and right below it says recovery options. We can go ahead and do that. We have advanced startup. That's what you want right there. So this is advanced startup, and we're going to restart the PC. Now if I back up here, it's just going to restart into basically like a it's going to have a bunch of options in this restart window that's going to come up with. You're not going to get into the BIOS just yet, but we're going to get into some options that we can click on to let us get into the BIOS. So if we just give this a moment, it should pop up. I'm trying to do this in real time without too many cuts here. Except for when we're updating the actual BIOS, I'm just going to stop it. So we got this screen. I'm not sure which screen is going to pop up on just yet. Probably this one, since that's where that logo is. Yep. Okay, so if we just hit continue, that's just going to bring us right back to where we were in Windows. We want to click troubleshoot, advanced options, and then UEFI firmware. And we can go ahead and restart. Now this is going to bring us into the BIOS. I apologize for the real close-up, of my face. But kind of working with my phone here, and I'm holding it. Like if I hold my hand with this side, it's going to get in the way of the camera. If I do this director's view thing, I don't know why stuff's not in focus, but all right, so now we're in the BIOS, and I've only done this like one other time. So right down here we have what's called QFlash. And but before we do that, we're going to take our little BIOS thing here, and I'm going to come around to the back of the computer, and we're just going to stick it in pretty much any available slot. There is one down here that says BIOS, but that doesn't matter. The only time you need to put it in that one is if you are doing a flash, in other words, without like a CPU or something like that in it. That's when you only have power connected to it, and you can do it from the back of the computer. But we're going to go right here to QFlash. I gotta turn up my DPI there. So we got BIOS update. This is kind of interesting. So you got task and file, run, done. So we can click on, I think we got to click on this. Yes. Okay. I'm not used to the way Gigabyte does their stuff just yet. So we want to do system. Now, it may not pop up. I may have it in the wrong. Yeah, so I have it in the wrong one. That's okay. What we're going to do. Oh, right down here. Okay, so I have the PNY that I just plugged in. So let's go ahead and click on that. There we go. So now our BIOS popped up here. We're just going to click that. And then right over here, you're just going to click this little arrow. And are you sure you want to update the BIOS? Yes. And sorry for covering that up again. And what else do we have here? So we got just push start or press to start. So we can see over here that our current flash is version 5 or F5G, and the update, we're going to update to F5. So that's what we're going to be doing. So we're going to click that little start. In order to make complete update, system is going to shut down. Qflash will continue after restart. That's normal with Gigabyte and especially MSI. MSI, I've only done one motherboard with MSI, and that's what it did. So you're just, right here, you're just going to be patient. I will come back because this is going to take a little while. So I'm just going to pause it. So I came back as fast as I could, and it already verified the file. So it went through like super fast, and it got up to this 50-some% here, actually pretty fast too by the time I hit record again. But we are on our way to updating the BIOS. Okay, so this is important here. So it just shut off for the first time after getting through the BIOS, and this is where you need to be patient, and you need to let the PC reboot as many times as it takes. Now, if your PC either reboots or shuts off and it's like 10 to 15 minutes and nothing's happening, then at that point, you can almost determine that one of two things happened. Either something went wrong and your motherboard's bricked, or the more likely scenario is it just shut off and you can turn it back on, or you're going to have to power cycle it and it'll be perfectly fine. But this is just what happens. That's all. So it just turned on. You can actually see that the purple lights are actually on right there. So we're just kind of waiting and waiting and waiting. The other thing that it's doing also that you have to realize is it's retraining the memory. Every time you do a BIOS update and you have like XMP or DOCP or Expo enabled, that's going to be turned off again. It's going to go right back to your original settings. So it's just kind of something to keep in mind when you're doing a BIOS update. It already rebooted, I think, 2 times, maybe 3 times on me. So I'm just kind of waiting, and it's going through its, I'll show you on this side. It's going through its all sequence. Okay, here we go. So it's officially coming back to life now. I'm trying to make this video as fast as possible and kind of keep it all real, just right through. But I had like 2 minutes of almost dead time, maybe 3 minutes. So I didn't want to just sit there and talk about, oh, it just rebooted again. Could this be it? We do have a winning circle right there. And there we go. We're back into Windows. And that's how it's done. So the other thing I wanted to show you quick is how to look up what your current BIOS is without going into the actual BIOS, what your current version is. So if you come down to the search box. I'm trying to, everything's working so fast. I got that DPI set a little higher. And we type in run. We can click on that. And then down here, it's already in there for me. But type in msinfo32 and just click that. And you can see, where is it? Right here. So we got BIOS version. It's probably going to be hard to see because it's not focusing on it. BIOS version, and we got F5. So if you came in here before, you would have seen F5G or F5D, whatever it was before. So there we go. And ladies and gentlemen, that is how you update a BIOS and keep yourself secure and up to date for the latest stuff. So actually my She-Hulk is due for another BIOS update. It's actually got 2 versions so it can accept the 14th gen chips in it. So, whatever. I don't really care about that. All right, so that is all I have for you, and I hope you learned something. Just remember, format your thumb drive FAT32, and also you want it to be 16 gigabytes or smaller. If you're not, a lot of people question me. Also, only grab the file. Don't grab the entire folder. So in other words, I'm going to show you once here. Let's go over to here. We're going to go over to document. No, not documents. Okay, so in other words, you don't want to grab this whole entire folder. This thing is a folder. I've had a lot of people ask me about this. So this is a folder. You want to go into the folder, and you don't want all this jumbo on one drive. You only want this file. That's it. Grab this file. You can drag and drop it. You can copy it and paste it into that, just like I showed you in the beginning. And then your system will find that file. I promise. I promise. Just do it that way. If you don't, you're going to be questioning me all the time. I get them all the time. It's just kind of funny. So anyway, until next time, take care.